What's going on, everybody? You guys are tuned into the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast. Today we're talking about a weekend review of WWE. First and foremost, let me start off by saying I'm Preston, and I'm joined by my co-host, Tommy. Thumbs up, Tommy. Say what's up to the people.
What is up, everybody? Happy Rusev Day. Hope everybody's having a glorious Halloween. And let's get into these reviews.
Yeah, so basically what we do in these episodes of Undisputed Sports Champs Podcast, I basically said that the wrong way, but we talk about WWE throughout the week. We go through each show and kind of give a recap and a grade about that. So without further ado, and if you guys haven't noticed, the star of the show is not here, Carmine. The last time I checked, he was going to a Halloween party, and I believe he was somewhere on a set of some dominatrix gangbangers. I heard a whole lot of yelling on the phone, and then the phone hung up. And I don't know where he's at now. So when we find out where he is, we'll bring him back. But be sure to hit the subscribe button.
Man, he's at a party, all right. He's at a party with some hoes, man. Yeah, come on, let's be real.
I mean, I can't confirm nor deny, man. I don't know where his relationship status is right now, but we'll just say he's somewhere. But,
all right, let's get into it. But yeah, definitely, you're in our thoughts, Carmine, and we hope you're having fun.
Gone but not forgotten. All right, so we start off Raw, which is pretty much a lukewarm version of Raw, and usually these go-home shows are pretty much not good at all. So I guess we could just breeze through this. We started off with Baron Corbin basically having the Universal title, basically just kind of dismissing the whole thing with Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar came out, and as well Braun Strowman came out. They had the whole little thing going on, and then Brock Lesnar eventually. Braun Strowman gave Baron Corbin the power slam about 3 times by the fans' request the 3rd time, and then he eventually got an F5 from Brock Lesnar. What did you think about this segment?
I just thought it was a lazy, generic go-home segment, which it really just doesn't surprise me anymore because, I've noticed a pattern, especially this year. Mm-hmm. Raw has a tendency that when they come off the heels of a pay-per-view, it's fucking great. But then it's leading into the next pay-per-view, they kind of start slowly falling off until when it comes time for the go-home show, it's trash. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this segment just seemed lazy, cut and paste, just like it's like your basic, it's like put it to you like this, it's like a template. Mm-hmm. A default character in a video game. Yeah. It's like a default Brock Lesnar spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me, it was just a waste of time, and they could have accomplished the whole thing with just Paul Heyman speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, Brock really didn't have to be there at all. And I agree with you 100%. This is pretty much cookie cutter. Brock Lesnar, basic segment. It's a template. Brock Lesnar comes out, he F5 somebody, then he walks away. And that's what he does in almost any segment you put him
basically.
In. And then they're like all the stuff that with Brock Lesnar's not that entertaining to do a lot more than doing an F5. So Paul Heyman, you just fill in the blanks and say a couple things, and the crowd will be happy. And that's pretty much where it came from. I kind of wish Carmine was here only because I remember talking to him and he said that he liked the evolution because he liked the way that they wear suits and they have titles and stuff like that. So I wanted to question whether he liked Baron Corbin holding that championship because he had the 3-button vest on with the championship title. So I wanted to see if he liked that. But let's move on to something.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Not necessarily the Universal title, but just a title in general. Mm-hmm. At least to me, it looked right on Corbin, for him to be holding a title. But I'd be remiss to say that he doesn't deserve it right now because he still got a long way to go in order to be even considered for title contentionship. But absolutely. I think that just him holding the title right there as acting GM for Raw, it kind of gave us a preview of how he would look as a champion, and it doesn't look bad. He just needs to he just needs to step his game up.
Yeah, he does. He's like, well, this title looks great on me, don't it? It looks great. And yeah, but you gotta do some things, man. But maybe him holding the title, because we always say he has an Applebee's manager outfit on. He inspires some bus boys and bus girls around the world to accomplish something with their lives. Not saying that y'all not. I appreciate y'all. Y'all do a good job. But anyways, the next thing we have up was Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley. What did you feel about this match? If you felt anything.
I'm sorry. I just get bored with copy and paste matches.
Yeah.
Like the only takeaway this time is that the finish was different, which is because Leo Rush came in and interrupted the match, and what's it called? Really, it didn't, like, as far as like the decision for the match, it didn't do much anyway because Lashley still lost the fucking match. You know, he was gonna lose if Balor hit the coup de grace, but then he lost by DQ,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just wailed on Finn around the ringside, which, you know, led to something else backstage, which was him talking to Baron Corbin after he was being attended to by the WWE doctors,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, I didn't think it was just gonna be like that simple. But hey, if that's the way that they wanted to do, oh well, you know, that's, you know, again, a lazy way to do it. What's it called? Baron Corbin just basically handed Bobby Lashley what was supposed to be John Cena's spot in the World Cup tournament.
Right. Yeah. It's like you said, it's a pretty copy and paste match. For me personally, I didn't feel too bad about it because if you notice, I like the fact that Finn Balor has really good chemistry with bigger guys, as he did with Braun Strowman. So I like seeing Finn Balor in the ring doing that. And at least I feel like they're having him do something, because having somebody do something is hard to come by on Raw. And
Oh yeah.
other than that, as far as the backstage segment, I felt like it was lazy, but I kind of understand because, you know, John Cena's not there for them to actually do anything else with, so they got to come up with like a corny reason as to why John Cena can't beat him.
True.
Like
That's true.
Because I tried to think of other ways. I'm like, they could have did this better, but honestly, I couldn't figure something out. I wanted to hate it so bad, but you know, it was what it was. The match was what it was. It was an okay match. After that, we basically
Honestly, I could have come up with an easier way.
What's
They
that?
could have done something like Cena, like a pre-recorded Cena promo where he excuses himself for whatever reason. You know, like, it doesn't even have to be a legit reason, but be like, hey, listen, you know, something came up. I won't be able to make Crown Jewel, so I'm giving up my spot. They could have done that, but yeah, that's just me nitpicking.
Like he got a girl pregnant or something, like something like that.
Nah, nah.
That messed up.
Bro. When it comes to Cena and getting a chick pregnant, we know what happens there. It's like, it's the same as him losing a match. He kicks out at 2.
Oh, he kicks out at 2. He pulls out, man. You can't.
He pulls out at 2.
Hey, yo, that'd be kind of funny of a segment for if like she had the baby at the hospital. It's not funny to me because I know this happens in real life. If she just had the baby at the hospital and she gets a package from John Cena and she opens it up and it's a shirt that says "You can't see me," and
No,
lady,
that's mean. That's mean. Oh my God, Preston, you gonna get our women followers mad at you.
Man, we gotta do something, man. Raw ain't did nothing, so we gotta add some spice to this a little bit.
Facts.
Something. All right. So after that, we had basically an extension of Evolution. Like, this match here, you know, I'm not gonna say I didn't care, but it didn't really do nothing for me. Cause
I saw the 10 woman tag, right?
yeah, the 10-woman tag match with Sasha Banks, Bayley, Natalya, Trish Stratus, and Lita versus the Riot Squad, Mickie James, and Alicia Fox. All the way was Evolution put in one match. So I don't know, man. It didn't do nothing for me. What did you think about this match? Did you care or?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the match was entertaining, but I just wasn't invested into it because, like you just said, it took 2 matches from Evolution and spliced them together into one. So it's like, you know, there was a couple of spots that were interesting, but overall it was the same 2 matches from the night before, so you know, it wasn't really anything to get behind.
Yeah, and I'm with you, man. Like, with Raw, it's okay that it's a go home show, but when they do stuff like copy and paste matches or they do a match like this, that make it so obvious that it's a go home show. Like, it's so, like, I didn't even have to know that there's a pay-per-view this weekend, and just by watching Raw so far, I noted that they didn't care. They just pretty much threw this together, and let's just get to the pay-per-view and just...
For real, B. I'm like, man, you guys really don't give a damn about your go-home shows, like, for real.
They don't at all, man. The people at the show should go home. They shouldn't even go and watch that. Like, I'll never go to a Raw go-home show, bro. Like, I guarantee you, that's a waste of time. After that, we had the segment with Elias Samson, basically. He's face now. That's what it is. And
oh yeah.
It's been evident last week, but he pretty much finally had his own show as a heel. I mean, as a face. I'm sorry, and it eventually led to him looking for Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin was in the room hurt. At first when he was in that room, he was knocking on the door. He was like, "I'm trying to sing you a song," and you heard him like groaning in there. I was like, "Yo, I hope we still in the PG era. I hope they're not trying to do something crazy right now." But come to find out, he actually comes out, and then your favorite wrestler comes out and attack Elias. And we get a match between these two. So what did you think?
You mean unmentionable number one?
Unmentionable number one, absolutely.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm at a split decision here because the segment leading to the match was phenomenal. Because I mean, we all know Elias does great. He's a character, and the crowd loves him even more now that he's a face and he's going against authority. And I love how he was about to end, his song, with saying that Baron Corbin is Stephanie's bitch. Yeah, but then he cut him off right there. And then, the person I least expected to attack him on behalf of Corbin attacked him, again, unmentionable number one. And the match was lazy and pedestrian at best. And it's not Elias's fault, it's his opponent's fault.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Tommy does not like this guy at all, and Jinder Mahal is the name.
Neither does Carmine.
Neither one of these guys like him, man. The thing is about this whole thing is I'm pretty confused with Jinder Mahal because he's been on this wave of trying to be peaceful and relaxing for the past I don't know how long. Then for like the past,
and then he just attacks. And he just attacks Elias out the blue.
Well, it started when he had like aggression attacking the Shield, and then ever since then he's just been going like he relapsed. Like and never looked back. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know what ticked him off, but I don't know, man. It was kind of a filler match. I'm happy for Elias. He's definitely getting a big pop from the crowd from being this way. I just hope in the future, like when he does his songs, that he doesn't pander. Let him just be Elias. Like don't say, "Hey, I love this town" or anything like that. Like that would be kind of weird. But did you have anything else to say about this match, or that was it for you? I'm assuming.
There's nothing to say. It was boring and pedestrian.
It was boring and pedestrian. All right. Moving on to the next thing, we had your guy Bobby Roode and Chad Gable against AOP and the Ascension triple threat tag match. What did you think about this match?
It was okay. Medium paced action. A lot of back and forth because it's 3 teams.
Yeah.
But overall, like the match didn't really do anything for me because I think it was Roode and Gable picked up the win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then AOP just came and beat the dog shit out of everyone at the after the match. So it's like nobody's really getting elevated for much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate matches like that. I mean, I get it, that there's parts of the show where it's gonna be filler,
right?
But this whole show has been filler to the point of what we've talked about, So, it's like, give us something good, like give us something that builds towards that builds toward a new storyline, not necessarily something that's gonna happen over in the Middle East this weekend, but like at least something for after that, which they have not done.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%, man. Because I feel like with Raw sometimes they start a storyline and then they stop and stay on pause for like 6 months until nobody cares anymore. Then they try to do something, and then at that point, like nobody cares. Like what they're doing with this Bobby Roode and Chad Gable situation. And by the way, these two have like zero chemistry at all. It's so cringy when they're talking to each other when they do these little segments on the camera and they talk about the glorious thing. Like when Chad Gable was like, "How many scenes are on your robe?" He's like, "I can't tell you that." It just seems like they have no chemistry at all. It seems really cheesy. And the match itself, like you said, it was very pedestrian and medium paced. It wasn't terrible, but I could have skipped it. This is one of those matches I could have went and did something else and came back and didn't.
Like there was nothing to get behind, really.
It wasn't. Like, I'm happy for the Ascension. They're finally getting TV time, but other than that, if we're getting the same 3 teams fighting each other every week,
nobody's getting elevated.
Nobody at all. If anything, at most Ascension maybe because of TV time, but other than that, everybody's like stuck in limbo. Like it's nothing happening.
Right. And even so, you could even argue that they're not being elevated because they still lost the fucking match.
They did lost the match. Absolutely, you're right about that. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, I tried to think of something else, but I can't. But all right, so after that, we had the confrontation between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. So, what do you think about this segment?
The one part of the show where I actually gave a damn.
Okay.
Like as fucked up as it sounds, that's the one part of the show that I was actually really invested in because, like I said, it was brilliant of WWE to pull the trigger last week on the Dean Ambrose heel turn
Mm-hmm.
because let's be real. Like it's like I was talking to my brother about this because he was like, "Oh, I don't think that they should have done it." On the same day that Roman relinquished the title, and I told him, I was like, "What are you talking about?" I told him that was the perfect time to do it because
Yeah.
nobody, with the fact that real life took over, nobody was expecting them to go through with it, so that made it even more shocking. And he was like, "You know what? You're absolutely right." And so going off of that, and then they're building to the impending match, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
that what's it called? Ambrose and Rollins are going to go at it. They're reviving their feud from 4 years ago because now Dean is the heel, as it should have been from the jump, but better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interesting part is that Dean Ambrose gave a compelling and believable performance without saying a word.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Like, I don't know about you, but me personally, just watching it, I was just as pissed off as Seth Rollins that Dean Ambrose stood silent the whole time.
Yeah, that means he's doing his job. He's working.
Exactly, exactly. I was like, "Come on, man, are you gonna say something or not?"
And the
And
way he was looking,
he just
bro.
left us hanging.
He's like one of them little kids doing
Yeah,
something stupid, and then you like, why did you do that? And he just look at you, and you like, man, okay,
exactly.
ain't your
Like
job.
his facial expression was the answers that he was giving Rollins. He didn't say a word.
It's like he didn't care. I mean, the just the simple fact that he came out kind of showed that he may care a little bit, but it was kind of weird because Seth Rollins was trying to ask him like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Maybe it's because of what I did years ago when I did that back to you. But at least I came to your face and explained to you why. I'm like, Seth, that doesn't work. I mean, it's still terrible. I don't care if you came back and told people why you did something, but you still did something wrong. But the fact that Dean seemed like he just didn't care, I mean, that was great because that's pretty much his personality. Like he didn't want to talk. But I'm hoping that before Survivor Series that they drop that title because if this is the storyline they're gonna go with and they're not gonna be in tag matches, them tag titles are just gonna sit in limbo. And I don't want them to get to Survivor Series and face a team from SmackDown, and then this drama messes up the match. Like I don't want to see that.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I hope that there's something that happens with those titles between now and Survivor Series in the
Yeah,
near future,
yeah,
because I don't want it to be that they fall into limbo like when it was the leader of worlds with a B team that were tag team
yeah.
champions.
Nothing was happening. Like it was just the same thing over
Yeah,
and over.
it was just like that. It's like the titles didn't mean anything.
But it will be cool if they did drop it to the Revival, and the Revival did face the Bar at Survivor Series. I think that would be a pretty good match. Because I don't think I don't
I doubt that that's gonna happen.
I doubt that it's gonna happen, but I don't think that the New Day is gonna win it this weekend at the place that we show keep nameless. I don't think they're going to take it back. But Dean and Seth need to drop it to somebody. They can't just keep holding on to it like that. I would
Yeah,
hope.
and I don't know. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure Mac and Dolph is gonna get their rematch, so they might drop it to them.
Probably, but it kind of looks like they're gonna start the Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman thing pretty soon. So it's probably gonna happen after Survivor Series, but I'm thinking
Right.
that's coming around. So, all right. So moving on to the next one, we had Nia Jax defeats Ember Moon, and then Tamina confronted. I don't know if there's much you can really say about this. Only thing I can say is that I'm happy that Tamina's getting some type of push, and it seems like that they're like WWE has to reach some type of Samoan quota. Cause like every time one is missing, like other ones start popping up, and
Oh my
and
god.
it happened in SmackDown. We'll talk about that later. But does it? You notice that? Like once Roman was gone, the
Hey,
Usos are back,
yeah,
Tamina's
for
back.
real,
Like
B.
it's
Oh my god.
it's
I
crazy.
didn't. I never thought of that, but that makes sense.
It's like oh no, we having a
No,
shortage of Samoan, bro. We gotta start recruiting. But anyways,
nah,
that's the
but
thing.
this match
pissed me off because I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like Nia Jax. I do like her,
Uh huh.
but the fact that the woman with the hottest and biggest pop reaction in the fucking battle royal is not being pushed right now. She lost the battle royal. She lost to Nia Jax the next night. Like, what the fuck, WWE? Do you guys pay attention?
Hmm.
It's like, yo, pay attention to who the crowd reacts to.
Yeah, I feel you. But you know what? I don't mind this at all. Not because I feel like if Ember Moon gets a push now, she's gonna get jobbed out to Ronda Rousey, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. I don't want to see her in a title match and lose to Ronda Rousey like that. Like she
Oh no,
had.
yeah, I'm not clamoring for I'm not clamoring for an Ember Moon title run yet. But I'm saying give her a meaningful feud at least.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, at least give her something to do because you know clearly the crowd wants to see more of her.
Yeah. True. True. I think a little after this whole women's revolution thing that's going on now, probably after SummerSlam, maybe they will start something. I will hope so, because like they're not really doing on Ruby Riott. They're not doing anything on Ember Moon. Those are two of the youngest, most talented women you have in that division right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, what are they gonna do? Hopefully they don't waste Sasha and Bailey too. They got so much potential there. They're just not like utilizing it. You know, and that's one thing I do like about SmackDown overall is that SmackDown, they have all this talent and they just like, here, fight this person, make a good match. You guys figure out how you guys gonna feud.
Exactly, like they figure it out, but yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there's not much else to say about this match.
Yeah, it's
You
not
know?
much to say. We stand on it too long. But after this, we had an exciting moment. Your guys from 205 came up to Raw, the Lucha House Party. I got to get one of
Oh
those
yeah.
t-shirts, man, because I love the fact that the font on there is just like that WWF in your house logo. So I got to
Oh
get one of those
yeah.
shirts. But they faced a revival. What you think about that?
It was a short but fun match. Like it could it have been a little longer and would have absolutely and it would have been a lot better. But you know, for such a short match, it was not bad at all.
Nah, it's not. It wasn't bad at all, but it was short to me. It should have got more
And
minutes
yeah,
because like Raw didn't have. Usually, no matter how bad Raw is, they at least have one match that we can talk about, and this could have been that match.
no,
This
but
could
I
have been that
did.
one.
You know, one thing I found funny about that match is, if I'm not mistaken, they dubbed it the debut of the Lucha House Party. If I'm not, am I right or wrong in that?
Yeah, the debut on Raw for the Lucha House Party.
Like I'm gonna write it off as that's their way of saying that that's them debuting as a stable
Yeah, that's what it is.
because otherwise, you know, I'm gonna have to call bullshit and be like, hey, WWE, stop trying to retcon history because all three of these guys were on Raw at one point as part of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I think it was the. I think they're talking about the group itself. I think.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they meant it as their debut as a group, as opposed to the three individuals, you know, returning.
I would hope so. I hope Raw isn't that, but never mind. You know what? You never know with Raw, so you might be right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be nice and say that that's what they meant.
Okay, all right. So, pretty decent match. After that, we had this match between Dolph Ziggler and Apollo Crews. Once again, Apollo Crews tried to come out and sound very convincing and very scary, but with a big old smile on his face. So I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm happy that he's finally getting something going on, but dog, man, you
Bro,
can't smile when
he's
you
about
trying
as
to intimidate somebody.
he's about as intimidating as a jack-o'-lantern.
Could you imagine somebody trying to rob you with that big old smile on their face? Like, bro, what is going on?
Oh my god.
But I mean, this match was pretty good. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is a good wrestler, so there's no one else I feel like that is better to put Apollo with. But Apollo got to figure that thing out on the mic, man. Or you know, no matter how much talent he got, I don't know how far it can get.
We've talked about the solution.
Yeah, the mouthpiece.
Low weights, high reps.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be the thing. And he has to.
Bro.
He got to wear a mask, bro, because he gonna smile while Leo Rush is talking, and it's gonna ruin it all. He got to wear a mask. He do.
No, I at least do like the what's it called? The shit that Mustafa Ali puts over his mouth, you know, when he comes out. Something like
that purge type stuff. Like he needs that.
Yeah.
Or in like a black luchador mask or something. Like
No, not even. He could just get one of those oxygen masks like Cicada from the Flash.
okay. Yeah, he needs something, man. That's
He
not
needs something,
ridiculous,
but
bro.
we've been saying this pretty much all year. Even when he was with Titus Worldwide,
He kept smiling.
we're like, yeah, stop smiling.
Like,
Just go heel. Be the monster that we know you can be.
yeah.
And then we even said it when Lashley first came back. They're like, yo, if he were to join Titus Worldwide and the three of them went heel, it would be a wrap.
I know, man.
So now that Lashley is officially a heel, and he's got what's his name, Leo Rush doing the talking for him.
Yeah.
All they need to do is bring in Cruz, and it's a wrap. Even if they don't win the Universal Championship, but at least the tag team titles. That will be a dominant tag team.
Something, man. They need to do something with this guy, bro. Because, like, unless he got, like, a crest sponsorship or something with AIM or something like that, he should not be smiling as much as he smiled. And I hate seeing guys who are at their job and they're happy about what they're doing and smiling. Really, we get it. You're happy to be there. Relax. But overall, this match was pretty cool. I'm hoping this does turn. I hope this turns into a thing after SummerSlam, because I got a feeling that this is not going to last past maybe.
You mean Survivor Series?
Oh, it's not Survivor Series. The other SS, Survivor Series, and because it don't seem like it's going to last past Crown Jewel for some reason, but they need something for Apollo to do. But after that's definitely a fact. But after that, we had the Generation X attack the Brothers of Destruction. I don't really care about this, but what do you think?
I'm sorry. I get bored with this.
Yeah, it's not intimidating. I don't know how many times you could tell somebody you're gonna kill them and put them in the grave. You know, it's not a rap album. You can't tell people you're gonna kill them like 15 times a minute, bro. Like at some point, I just can't wait. I'm not watching it, but I can't wait till it's over so we can stop this whole old head fiasco that we got going on now, and they could just lay it to rest. No point intended.
Hey. Watch out with old heads.
Oh yeah, we up there. We up there. But yeah,
so you're not watching it neither, because I'm not watching it.
I'm definitely not watching it, man. It ain't even without what happened. There's no motivation for me to see it. I'll look at the results, but that's about it. I'm not even gonna watch it.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it with what's it called, Raw,
with
right?
Raw, that's pretty much it. Only positive thing I can say out of this whole entire thing is that at least I feel like they're trying something different. You got Apollo getting more shine. You got Tamina starting something. You got the face Elias. So other than that, there's not much I can say that's good about it. What grade would you give it?
Oh, you really want to know what I'm giving it?
I definitely want to know.
Bro, first of all, it was lazy as shit. and that's speaking in general. And now it goes double. It's even lazier. The fact that this was a fucking go home show, bro. This week's Raw, I give it a D.
Give it a D. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give it a D plus. And this is coming for you guys that's listening. This is coming from a Raw fan, and I'll give it for the next go home shows for Raw. They're all probably gonna get D's because I already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the same thing every single pay per view. The Raw before pay per view is gonna be trash, and the one after is gonna be amazing. I don't know if it's gonna apply this time around, but we'll see. But yeah, Raw wasn't this good this week. But anything else you have to say about this episode of Raw?
No. Next.
All right, y'all. Well, that was this episode of the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast. This is our Raw review and recap. Please hit the subscribe button and the like. This is Preston. That is Thumbs Up Tommy. We will put up the SmackDown Live review, which will be 10 times more exciting than we were now. And that'll be up next. So y'all have a good one. Peace.
Peace.